Is the support of 25,000 strong enough? If you are interested in this question, please follow me. Looking at the daily line, we can find that it has formed a range at the top. After the range breaks down, it ushered in a sharp drop. So it can be said that the white range is the distribution zone. In fact, the result of the final drop below. We can also explain that the one above us is indeed a distribution zone. Yes. But when we are discussing the reversal of the trend, we must reverse the trend, going a little bit bigger. Because you can look at this distribution zone above us. Is it possible for him to reverse our rise from 15,500? I don't think there is a chance. Because we have so little distribution above us. Even if it is the distribution area, then the chips he distributes are only 540,000 bitcoins. It is far less than the huge amount of energy we have accumulated below. So I think I personally pay more attention to it. The entire big white box that includes our previous shock box is the distribution box that I personally pay more attention to. If we see the current situation, it is actually just testing the lower edge of the box. This reminds me of the market we went before. Is the distribution we went before 519? You can find that what we are going now is the first time he has put in the strength. You can find that we are also in this decline and he fell below for the first time. The previous low of the daily line. We even hit a new high before the fall. In fact, the best time to enter the market or the time to exit the market, or the time to enter the empty order, is the rebound after our first wave of decline. The first wave of decline, the weak rebound afterward, is actually the best opportunity for us to recognize that. It is an opportunity to sell spot goods, or to make short orders in this trend. Because you can see that when we are still creating new highs, it is actually very difficult for us. It is difficult to judge whether this new high point is really our highest point, or it is just a new high point like this, and a transaction on the left side like this is actually accompanied by a lot of risk. We can see as far as our current market is concerned, we are now in a period of relatively violent decline in our large distribution range. In fact, it has a very similar effect to the one we just resumed. So we didn't just break through the bottom and get out of it. In this range, he has a very good chance to cause a rebound to the second high. Because you can see that we were still making new highs before this wave of plunge. When the market is still making new highs, we are really very serious. It's hard to judge that this wave of market is over. It is really hard unless it falls and then there is a second high point. If the second high point is said to be very weak and rebound, it will be very opportunities that are easy to identify. For example, shorting will be a very good opportunity. Judging from the current disk, I would think that the support of 25,000 is very strong. How can I say it is very strong? Mark this line, I believe it is the current market. Since our year, we have been in June since the beginning of June last year, and then until August now, which means that we are in the current year and 2 months. Since then, the most important swap and the most important dividing line between Shuha and Han is at 25,000. Below 25,000, we have accumulated very enough people to buy enough chips. 6.38 for the volume of the million, and it took us 259 days. In the end, we chose to break through and up. If the box below us is not a box that attracts money, it will not break through. As long as it breaks through and walks out of a trend, it can prove that it is indeed an absorbing box below us. Otherwise, the resistance will not let this pull the market. So when the group of people below and their upper chips have not been distributed completely, or when the resistance chips have not been distributed completely, it will be difficult for him to break through because we are in. There is a very strong protective pad below. So you can see that at 25,000. I believe it is still very difficult for us to break through. But if we really break through 25,000, then the box below us, it is very dangerous even if the body is low. After all, we have accumulated so much energy at the bottom. If we say that as long as the bottom is at 25,000, there is demand for him, especially if the chips above us are still accumulated. In the case of not enough, I believe that the support of 25,000 will still be very strong in the short term. But if we cut the level down, for example, from the perspective of making contracts, if you are at a relatively high level in the short term, you can see that we really don't have any effective rebounds. The current rebounds seem to be very weak. So he came back to test the 25,000 and see the effect of the support. However, the possibility of this is very, very high. If the opening price of your short order is at a good position, for example, above 29,500, then it is very likely that you can make a trend short position. But we can wait for the result of his rebound. But if we are looking for a safer operation, we should close the position at 25,000. And then we will look for a second highest rebound opportunity to operate. And the rebound will be the second highest. I can confirm the trend of this wave. After all, the starting point of our decline is still at a new high. When the market is still at a new high, it is really, really difficult to open such a reverse short order. Thank you very much. Everyone is very welcome. You can like my video, subscribe, share, turn on the little bell, which is the greatest support for me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.